Here is a country of great contrast. Great civilization of antiquity. A foreign country is separated.
All right, we're back. It's the Casa de Cavazos. Justin in Chicago, Ada in Harlingen, Texas, Nathan in Weslaco, Texas, providing that Tejano connection to reality. How's it going? It's been a while since we've talked here. Our lives have changed so much.
Have they? How?
And I started picking up a new instrument called the ocarina.
Yeah, it's very annoying.
What's
very
annoying about it?
Why are you just playing it randomly all the time? Who does that?
What? You can play like the songs from like The Legend of Zelda. You can be like. Just do that all the time?
Yeah, no. I don't think
I've
so.
been playing it for a few weeks, and I think I'm starting to get somewhere.
A lot happened for me. I went to Chicago, went to the Ado concert, which is a Japanese singer. A lot of people there.
You thought it was going to be a kids' concert.
Yeah. There were no other kids there. Also, what happened is you had horrible internet at your house, and I ended up doing horrible on my quiz because
My
of you.
internet was fine.
I don't know why.
Your computer was the only one that had problems with it.
And I had no problem anywhere else.
Your daughter was just streaming just fine.
Luckily for me, I did well on my test. I don't know my grade yet, but I know that I did solid. So it made up for your horrible internet situation.
Ada says that Otto was better than Cher, the Cher concert.
Did I say that?
Yes. I asked you.
I have no basis for comparison. I did not go to this concert.
You didn't go to Cher?
The other concert.
Otto.
It's just like you tell me something's better, I'm going to be like, yeah, I wasn't there. I have no idea if I agree with that.
Definitely a lot of energy, which Cher doesn't have because she's old.
I mean, she's pushing, what, 80? What do you expect?
What, 80? Really? She's that old?
You gotta look it up.
You already know when you go to a concert and, like, when people ask for an encore, like, this is just not going to happen. Like, that's it. The concert's over. That's when you know the artist is past their prime.
She's 79.
Pushing 80.
Like Garth Brooks, who played till like 4 a.m. in San Antonio.
The hell? Did he like replay songs? Like, how did he play that long?
And that's because he actually did back-to-back concerts, right?
No, he was just like at the end taking like requests from people, like wanted to hear the old favorites.
No, I think he had back-to-back concerts because remember we had a hard time getting in because there were people like getting out.
No, that night it even came out on the news that he just like kept going and going. Like we stayed till like I think 1, and we're like we're done, and we left. And then like in the morning it was a headline in San Antonio News like played till 4 a.m. That's crazy.
I guess if you're working with those Nashville musicians, if they know a song and they can just know the chords of it, and if Garth knows the words, then they can just pull them out, not just Garth songs.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was mainly his songs, and everybody's requesting like the older songs. Obviously, his catalog's pretty extensive, so I can see how it went on and on and on. I just wasn't going to sit there forever.
Oh, by the way, did you know that Friends in Low Places was not originally sung by Garth Brooks?
I did not know that.
Well, it was super common in country music, especially in the 90s, that a lot of songwriters would kind of shop around songs to artists, and then they would just release multiple versions of them. So there'd be competing versions on the radio, especially in different markets. So they wrote the song, they did a demo, they shopped it around. Who? I need to look this up. They had.
Does anyone even care?
No, it was like someone that was actually kind of famous. Mark Chestnut recorded it first in like 1990, and apparently it was like really like depressing. Actually, it wasn't as a party song. But then when Garth Brooks released it, people were like, "Holy shit, this is amazing!"
I don't understand any of the words, so I hope that they're not saying bad things.
That sounds like a you problem. You just gotta learn Japanese. What the hell? You don't have time to learn Japanese. You don't have time to write a novel.
I wonder why. This was a terrible week for me. I had finals. I wasn't prepared. Campaign stuff has really taken its toll. And then I did that Chicago trip. But somehow, when I took the tests, it went okay. Open book was money for me. I love how the syllabus says things like, you're not going to have time for the open book materials. And I do like the Usher watch this. Like, yeah, I had lots of time for open book
What
materials.
is that reference?
People just use that meme like, oh, my boss said I can't take the day off. Watch this. But yeah, the syllabus specifically said for evidence that you can use any materials, any commercial supplements, any notes, but you'll not have time with the time limit that you have. And yeah, I had a lot of time for the materials, and I actually finished the test early. And then I walked around.
Is that because you're an elite reader?
Yep. I reviewed multiple books, multiple notes, took many breaks, and at the end I just kind of walked around for like 10 minutes like, well, I don't know, like I don't think there's anything more I can really change or add.
So, I don't know if you saw this in the news today, but AOL is still around, and they have finally announced that in September 30th of this year, they will no longer be offering dial-up internet.
How many customers did they still have?
I mean, probably in like super rural parts of the country where broadband access wasn't available at the time.
Is it only people who are over 65 that would have such a service?
I don't know.
I mean, also it'd be super annoying. It'd be super slow, right?
I mean, do you remember what having dial-up was like?
Yep.
Well, I mean, it was good when you had nothing else.
It would take
You had to wait with that sound, and
It would
have to
take all night
connect.
to download MP3s. I remember I was the first one burning CDs in high school, and I'd just like leave it on all night. And people were like, "Oh man, you made it so fast. Everybody else takes forever." I'm just like, "Fuck." Just had to make sure I'd wake up in the middle of the night if the connection had been lost and reconnect. It was terrible.
No one gets on the phone.
Yeah. So that's why I was always overnight. Nobody's calling.
Well, it's always the worst when you're online and someone called your house. You're like, God damn it. I was downloading something. Legally.
No, it was.
It was illegal. It was illegal.
But at long last, I feel like what's more surprising to me than the dial-up part of that is that AOL is still around. Yeah. You've got mail.
We're moving on. We're moving on. No more Netflix, Blu-ray, or DVD service.
I feel like we should still have Blu-rays. I feel like we should still have physical media. Because you can't really own anything nowadays.
Did I tell you that when we had a power, not a power outage, but an internet outage, the girls were amazed, and I was like, "Oh, we can still watch stuff. We can put these discs in." They're like, "What? You have the movie? Like it's not online?" I'm like, "Yeah."
Yeah, you don't own it.
They were like, "Oh, we don't even need internet." I was like, "No, slow down."
Yeah, we wouldn't be able to do this pod without internet. No, it's amazing how much you can just dive into when you actually own your content. When you own the physical copy of the disc and you're not worried that's going to come off of a streaming service at some point or not.
We should go back to the good old days.
VHS?
Dial up. Yeah, VHS. Not crazy redistricting situations. Do you even know what's going on with that? Do you? You acted like you didn't know earlier.
I wouldn't describe it as you described it.
Well, how did you describe it? Or how would you describe it?
Think about it as like legislative fuckery.
But it's way more than that.
Well, we should have checks and balances for this kinds of things to not take place. Did you know that other developed countries have independent districting commissions that are not part of the legislature?
Well, some states do have that here in the United States, including California.
Yes, but like the entire country. You know, the only benefit that anyone has to do anything once they're in office, for the most part, is to try and stay in office, to try and retain that power. So then what that ends up meaning is that by any means possible, they're going to go ahead and try something like these redistricting maneuvers.
Yeah. It just seems like a lot of things are strange about the way our country runs. Because remember, too, that in other countries, particularly in the UK, they also don't have a partisan Supreme Court. So we just do a lot of things that are way too partisan. And it just creates a mess. And now we're seeing the end result when a party basically doesn't care anymore and just wants power.
Can we just, like, reset the government?
I mean, would it reset after everything's, like, scorched to the earth, essentially? Like...
Are you advocating for anarchy? Is that what?
No, I'm not advocating for anarchy.
Burn
I'm
this
just saying,
country
like,
to the ground before we can build it back up.
no, I'm not saying that I would burn it to the ground or anything like that. I'm just saying that where is this going to end up? Like, are we going to have a civil war?
I don't think so.
I would hope not. But this Republican Party has really gone off the rails. And all they care about is power. They don't care about people anymore.
I think that's just all politicians. This is why, like,
No, it's
well,
not!
I think this is why anti-establishment candidates...
That's why they started to win. People didn't care about the message. They just wanted somebody that wasn't a career politician.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because for a lot of people, no matter what side of the aisle they're on, people will see these career politicians, and all they care about is getting reelected by any means necessary. Hitting the campaign trail, getting their small wins on media, redistricting, all in order to just stay reelected and not even care about what their constituents want. Like there's problems where I think it's in Missouri where there have been ballot initiatives and their legislature, their elected representatives in their state house have just like completely ignored the will of the voters there.
But even people who have not been politicians, they can be part of the establishment as well. Because the establishment picks candidates as well.
They can,
and that's happening in South Texas right now.
They can become the establishment.
Yeah. So I think a lot is wrong. I think establishment culture needs to go away completely. Now I'm trying to start a movement in South Texas so that we get away from establishment culture here. Because it just doesn't make sense. And it's not for the people.
I mean, I don't know how Democrat, Republican, Independent, you don't see what's going on with the redistricting fight that's happening right now and the possible redistricting wars that are to come. I think, like, man, this shit is fucked up. Why are we doing this? Like, there has to be another way.
I think most Democrats think it's fucked up. And probably some independents as well. Because basically, Texas is redistricting mid-decade. And okay, obviously it's wrong. But now that these House Democrats left, now they're like threatening them with arresting them and all sorts of things. It's like, really? I mean, you're already doing something that's super out of the norm. And now you're going to try to arrest these people and get the FBI and all that? Like, crazy.
It's a circus.
Well, and then there's more to it, right? Because the other states are getting involved. California is probably going to redistrict as well.
Can they with their independent commission?
Well, Newsom said that he's going to call an election to vote on this issue.
So what is their plan for the redistricting? What is it based on where they think that they'd pick up 5 seats? Is it just looking at the way they voted and trying to get a map where like it was majority Republican in the last election?
Yep. Yeah, so specifically in South Texas, they're trying to get Texas 34 and Texas 28 and add more Republican areas, take away blue areas.
Sounds like find those 11,000 votes all over again, but this time they're going with it.
Yeah, but honestly, like what I'm seeing is we could still win, but we need better candidates.
Yeah.
Like the establishment candidates, I don't know how well they're going to do. Maybe they need to run a different type of campaign than they usually do. I don't know.
Okay. I mean, I will say this over and over and over again. If we keep on having candidates and Democratic messaging with weak Democratic leadership that is just trying to coast on, oh, we're not Donald Trump, we're not the Republicans, and that's it. Like, I don't give a fuck. Tell me how you're going to make our lives better. Tell us how you're going to make this country better, and tell us how you're going to really advocate for your constituents and serve as a public member of society.
I just want to say that I feel like I'm the only major candidate in South Texas right now who talks like
Save
that
it for your
about what I'm actually going to do.
Save it for your campaign podcast, all right? That's not what this podcast is about.
I drove by Monica de la Cruz's office yesterday by chance.
And then,
Just I was just like, this is where the office is.
I thought there was more to the
No,
story.
I just saw it in passing, and I was just like, that's interesting.
Well, if the map goes through, the Texas 15 district will be about the same Republican lean, but it'll bring back in Weslaco, Mercedes, Donna into the district.
You got to have those people with their pet monkeys voting from Donna.
Yeah. Yeah, I got to meet the people with the monkeys,
The
for
monkey
sure.
will vote illegally somehow. For the Democratic candidate.
I mean, we could write in the monkey as a candidate.
Okay, I still want to talk a little bit about campaign, though, because you didn't want me to, but I do want to mention that there's this candidate down here running in Texas 34, Republican, Eric Flores, and he doesn't really say much, but he says the same crap of, conservative values, God, family, and country. Like, we can't cede that to them.
Yeah.
Like, lots of people are for God, family, and country.
Yeah.
Whether you believe in a Christian God or some other God, or you believe in nothing. But I would say that most people that are Americans believe in family and country. Like, especially family. Like, why are you saying that we're anti-family as Democrats?
I don't know.
That's bizarre. That's why we gotta fight back and say, look, don't start with this bullshit that I am anti-family. And let me show you all the ways that I'm pro-family.
Yeah, you have a family podcast. And you take them on sweet trips to Hawaii when you lose your bets.
That hasn't been lost
How
yet.
many days do you have? How many days?
I don't know, like 19.
To write 200 pages. How many pages have you written?
Oh, maybe 20 days.
Do you even have
20
an
days?
outline? Do you have anything?
Oh, wait, 20 days? I only have to write 10 pages a day. Right? Is that the right math?
But every day.
Oh, you're done. You're done.
Doesn't have to be good. It just has to exist, right?
I mean, you guys did say it had to be good.
Nathan, do you remember the terms?
Very lost. Terms are irrelevant.
Start writing tonight.
Rosie said she already lost, so it's over.
Nathan just
Did
staring off
Rosie
to the distance,
go-
thinking about what he's going to eat over there.
Did Rosie talk to the time traveler or what?
The time traveler? I don't know. Trying to look like he's not correct.
About which parts?
Everything that's happening.
Which parts did the time traveler get wrong
I
already?
don't really think there's a world where the Republican Party will impeach Donald Trump and remove him. So I think that part's definitely wrong.
Maybe that's why this whole emergency redistricting push is happening. Because the Trump administration got freaked out by the time traveler. And they're like, damn it, we can't let this happen. We gotta get 5 more seats.
So you're not worried about it then? The redistricting?
I mean, I think it's fucked up. I just think there's not a ton that we can do about it right now. Instead of just, telling people that we should just put all of this tomfoolery behind us and just move forward with independent commissions. Just redistrict in a way that is representative of the demographics and the way that people vote all the time. I think
Maybe if it's that fucked up, we could get a constitutional amendment that we need to use independent commissions for all districts throughout the entire country.
Yeah.
Would that be possible?
Yeah, but that's the problem. The incumbent party, for whatever, is not going to change the system that got them elected. Same thing for ranked choice voting.
Why not? What would be the reason not to?
Because it means that they'll actually have to do real work on their campaigns.
That's what we need to do, though. We need people who are not afraid. and all they care about is making this country better.
Yeah, not everyone. Corruption is real. Power
Yeah.
corrupts.
So you're saying that I would become corrupt if I was in office?
I'm not saying that.
You're already corrupt.
I'm not. It's BS.
If you're going to try to bribe Ada, what would you try to buy her out with?
Buy her out with?
Yeah.
Interesting question.
Tickets to the next Eagles Super Bowl appearance?
Wouldn't be enough.
Wouldn't be enough.
Probably like
She's too
probably
too
like
ethical, damn it.
a dinner with Donald Trump would probably do it. Have you guys watched any of the sports documentaries they've been putting out?
No.
I haven't been able to do anything. I haven't turned on my TV like in weeks now.
There's some really good stuff. There's actually one about Game 7, Spurs Mavs 2006.
Horrible.
Was it 06 or 07 when Manu fouled Dirk at the end?
Well, that was the year that
They lost to the Heat in the finals.
I think that it might have been the year that they won.
No, they lost.
2006?
Yeah. The Mavs won.
2011 they won.
Yeah.
2006 they lost to Shaq and Wade.
Yeah. Y'all should really watch these. Pretty good.
Is it heartbreaking? Will I get re-traumatized?
You guys will. I mean, I thought it was interesting how the narrative is that at that time European players were still not seen as number one guys, and that series in itself kind of pushed Dirk forward. Because you got to realize that they had Steve Nash and Michael Finley. They had like a big three, and they thought they were going to go pretty far. And all of a sudden, that one summer, Nash signed somewhere else, which was shocking to Dirk. And Cuban is saying in the documentary, he's like, "Yeah, I don't know what I was doing. I should have paid him." And then like a year or two later, they got rid of Finley, so it kind of looked like, okay, this Mavs team that had so much promise is done. But it turned out that Dirk was actually a legit superstar that could lead a team. And that whole knock on European players at the time was that they couldn't really like go inside and finish games. So it was kind of like the springboard, that one drive where he went in there, finished it, where like the Mavs all thought they were done as soon as that Manu 3 went in. They were just like, how the fuck did we blow this? You could see Cuban's face on the sideline, and like Dirk had already been told, because I don't know if you remember Game 6 of that year, Dirk had a 3 in the corner that like he airballed, I think, and Avery Johnson had told him, you need to like pump fake and go in next time. And sure enough, like it wasn't the exact same spot, but this time he got Bruce Bowen in the same situation, and he got him up, was able to get around him, and was able to muscle it in for that ad run.
Do y'all remember how you were watching basketball at this time? Do you remember thinking that Dirk was awesome up to that point, or that he was a star, or were you kind of also part of the same narrative where you're like, yeah, these European players don't got it?
I thought he was awesome.
I thought he was really good. I just remember that he did choke in that finals because he did have like 2 free throws that pretty much would have sealed another game for them, and they ended up losing that game, which probably shifted the whole series. But I mean, he ended up coming through, and obviously if you watched him in 2011, that's just the moment where he showed everybody like he could lead a team by himself.
Yeah, that was nuts.
Someday I'll get to watch TV again.
Well, you said there's like the Kobe 81-point game documentary too. Are they only like NBA documentaries, or are they other sports too?
There's a series called Game 7, and there's a couple. There's Game 7, the year the Cubs finally broke the curse against the Indians for the World
2015.
Series. There's a couple of hockey ones. I haven't watched all of them, but they had one. It's not Game 7. There was one on Kobe's 81-point game. It's always nice to watch one of those. A lot of the stories come from the other players, other stuff you haven't heard. And there's actually one, and also not Game 7, about Barry Sanders. That's a really interesting one too. So they're doing really good with the sports access that they've been able to get. So definitely recommend watching any of these. Well put together.
Yeah, I feel like sports documentaries have come a long way. I think a lot of that groundwork was laid by that 30 for 30 that ESPN did quite a few years ago at this point. I feel like I remember there was a period of time before that where you would watch NFL Network or ESPN, and there'd be some solid documentary content, but a lot of it was just like, it was cookie cutter. They're just like shoving out, like, all right, we got the league history, we got to put out another one.
Yeah, like the Kobe one, actually, like even though it was really interesting, I was kind of disappointed because it wasn't really so much focused on the game. And I thought it was going to like show majority of the game, but it was more about Kobe, which I get said makes sense now that he's passed. But I was like, I want to know about this game more than anything, not everything that led up to this one game.
Yeah, you're wearing the Mamba shirt.
Yeah, new shirt.
I feel like everyone has seen Superman already, except for me.
I've seen nothing. No movies, no TV. My life is horrible.
You have no life. Shut up.
But yeah, it's been a rough summer for me.
Yeah, I mean, it's also been a rough summer because I don't know how it is. I don't know how it is in South Texas, but it really feels like this is the hottest summer we've had in a long time in Chicago. Like multiple, like 90+ degree days.
I mean, if you complain about 90 plus, like my temperature indicator on the Tesla on the truck have been 102, 103 pretty consistently the past couple of days. And I went to play golf today too, and it was really hot. I was just like, oh.
Did you always have like a little golf cart?
Yeah, they always provide a cart, but none of you guys play golf, so
I mean,
you can't cheat like Donald Trump.
We play golf. We're just not good
Right,
at
I don't
it.
play golf.
I finally broke 100 this past Thursday as well.
What was your breakthrough? Like, what do you think changed in your game?
Just playing more, being able to hit my driver finally a little bit better. And I guess I played long enough now where I'm learning some things I didn't know before. Remember when I used to play with Ada's former husband?
Rest in peace.
Now deceased. Hold on, let me pour out some grape juice right here. Anyway, I remember I used to be able to drive the ball really far back then, but then I couldn't do anything else. I couldn't hit a approach shot, couldn't putt, couldn't do anything. And
I still think Donald Trump would beat you today.
Like, are we talking about a legit like round? Because I'd fucking drive up to his ball right away. Nope, I'm hitting the ball first, and I'm gonna wait over here. Bullshit, this is your ball.
All right. Let's see if someone who listens to the pod can connect us to Donald Trump, and let's find out if Nathan can beat him.
Yeah, but he plays golf like every day.
It doesn't matter. Like, he's just bad. I would win. Like I said, people would say that when they play with him, he likes to shoot first, and then he just takes off in the cart. So by the time you get there, you don't know what the fuck's happened. So I'd make sure I shot first, and I would just be over there waiting, and I'd be like, bullshit, that's your fucking ball. I'd be recording the whole thing. See what he really scores.
You probably have to sign a bunch of like agreements to even play the game. And I'm sure there'll be some clause about recording.
Not signing shit.
Sounds like if I get into Congress, I should pretend to like Donald Trump for a little bit, just so I can get him a match. And after that, be like, all right, done.
Yeah, right. Like if I beat him and you just see me get deported, like immediately.
It's like, the hell? I was born here, man. It's like, I don't care. You lost.
Just remove your citizenship.
Yeah, and then he'd go on TV. I beat him horribly. I shot a total of 18.
So, all hole-in-ones.
Yeah, he couldn't accept it, so I deported him. I'd be like, damn it.
He should have lost that game.
So he's a known
Should have stayed in
cheat.
the game.
So I'm pretty sure with no cheats, he would beat nobody.
Are you keeping up with the South Park stuff?
Yeah.
I have not been able to watch anything.
Oh my god.
Did you watch the episode at all? The first one, at least?
Me? Nothing.
Justin, did you watch the first episode?
I saw the first episode.
Like, they're looking for, like, Mr. Garrison. Like, what the hell? Who is it then? Like, remember they did, like, that season when it was Mr. Garrison was, like, Trump and Hillary.
Yeah.
Hillary was Hillary, right? So they look at me. He's like, what the hell are you doing here? Like, who's in office then?
I don't know why they decided to make Donald Trump Canadian.
I'm just laughing without knowing. Like Grandpa.
You're also missing out. Like, Cartman's super pissed, and he's making fun of Charlie Kirk, essentially. He even has the same hair as Charlie Kirk. He's all super mad. He's like just being a master debater online.
Speaking of Charlie Kirk, he said something that I actually agreed with recently. I was like kind of pissed off that I agreed with him. He actually said that we need more medical school spots and residency spots and a quicker way to get doctors. I'm like, fuck, I fucking hate this guy. But yes, that's correct.
Well, I mean, like, he would probably also say that all those spots have to be filled with white American men, so.
That's true. Then I could go back to being pissed off.
Yeah, but you notice like all these comments are finally being made when all the cracks started to show up with Epstein. All of a sudden, people were like,
Yeah, I mean, when they talk about that whole theory of abundance, have you heard of that theory that's been talked about, that we need more housing and stuff like that? I'm not sure that that's actually what we need. I think it's more education, more spots in colleges, more spots in medical schools.
I do think we need more housing.
Well, yes, but also, like, you can't afford anything if you can't get a good job.
Wasn't there an Atlantic article recently where basically it was saying that places that used to be pretty cheap for housing, that kind of seemed unlimited in terms of housing stock and land, you know, especially around the Sun Belt, things are getting more expensive now. And it was just, the thesis of it was that basically it's not, like, nowhere is immune. Cities just experience it first for people getting priced out of housing.
To be clear, I'm not saying I'm against housing. I'm just saying that maybe we're focusing too much on certain things, and we need to focus more on having an abundance of education, doctors, engineers. I mean, if you look at the economy in the Rio Grande Valley, there's not much going on.
Okay.
And we certainly could support a lot more.
yeah, but you need higher wages because like what's happening here is like a lot of the same people, and this is true pretty much of any place. Most of the land that gets bought up is by a select few people in that area. The people that have the most money buy these areas. So what we're already starting to experience down here in the valley is a ton of this land is being bought up, and it's housing, but you're not being able to buy a lot for yourself. Like a lot of these lots get bought up, huge areas of land are being bought up, and they're all made into apartments. So like that land's lost. There's no way you can build there. Like it's going to be an apartment complex, and that's pushing the prices up of the available land.
Yeah, home ownership is a lot harder to attain too, because I mean, Ada, you're experiencing this when you were looking for a place. People were just paying cash, just full-on cash offers above market value.
Also, remember that was a different market. The interest rates were really low, so there were a lot of buyers. And so some people, in order to get ahead, had to pay cash. Now it's not that hot of a market, so I think it'd be different now.
Yeah, but the land is still being bought up by corporations.
Yeah. Yeah, but I think at the end of the day, what really is needed is a living wage. People who have more opportunity, who are able to get better jobs because of education. I think that's really the answer.
Well, I think we just need more trade schools. But trades aren't just manual labor. I mean, I have a friend who's from Sweden, and you know, like he didn't go to college; he went to a trade school. His trade school was basically a business program to teach him how to do logistics. You know, for coordinating things like shipping for major companies.
Yeah.
You know, and he does really well for himself. But you have that option to go to college and have not a degree, but a program that will put you into a job that's going to make you a good amount of money. Instead of going to college, picking whatever degree, and maybe it will lead you into a career where you can make a good amount of money, be useful, but it's not even guaranteed. If you go in for computer science, you're going to be even hired as a coder or an engineer.
Well, but also going back to the abundance of education, also in the Rio Grande Valley, we have a lot of students who are very smart and capable, but they don't get the education they need so they can be prepared for college, for med school, for law school. So a lot of these things are really related to education opportunities. And at the end of the day, then people get low-paying jobs, or they have to go on the oil rigs, or they have to truck drive in order to make a living.
Well, what do you wish was different about your education growing up in South Texas?
Well, I've heard from a lot of talking I've been doing recently that our education was better before. And that when George W. Bush started the No Child Left Behind and there was all this dependence on testing, things started to get worse. And that has persisted because Obama pretty much kept that structure in place. So personally, compared to what they get now, I'm pretty okay with what I got. But I do know that there are people from the past, in Mercedes, for example, who said they never read a full book and got a horrible score on the SAT. So
Who's this phantom person you speak of?
I can't. I don't know if I can say.
Is he
But anyway.
active in the community?
I don't know what that means. But I don't know. I mean, I think that what we need is more prep for SAT and ACT and more prep for college, more reading full books, more essay writing. So that would be what I would say is a solution.
Yeah. I also think that we need to encourage critical thinking more, start to engage with trickier topics, and also, I don't know, more practical skills. I feel like this is like a drum that's been beating for a long time. Practical skills, not only in terms of, like actually learning Spanish in addition to English because it's the second most spoken language in the country, learning about economics or how the government functions so you actually know what's going on or how to manage your own finances. And nowadays, digital literacy. How do you know how to be safe online, how to avoid scams, and how to think critically so that you're not being fooled by bots or foreign actors?
I just want to say that I did take economics in high school. I took macroeconomics AP, and then I self-studied for the microeconomics AP. And honestly, I feel like I understand economics more than Donald Trump, who got an economics degree at UPenn.
I thought you were about to say, like, better than anybody.
No, just better than Trump. What the hell?
Well, I mean...
Why would I think I'm better than someone who's like a professor in economics?
You're pretty much saying that anyway, because Trump says he understands economics better than anybody, so...
Yeah. By the transitive property, you are the master of economics.
Yeah.
Well, going back to what you're saying, that all goes back to teaching to the test. And so the teachers currently don't have the freedom to innovate and create these amazing curriculums that are necessary.
I imagine if you wanted to teach to the test, you should be teaching to the ACT and SAT, not the state tests.
I'm not sure why that is then. Why they wouldn't do something smarter like that.
Because I don't know about you guys, but I know for a fact that it's not even required to study for these tests. And like I said, I maybe had like one teacher that would kind of push me to take it. So, I mean, that's like one out of all the teachers I ever had that was like, hey, you need to take this.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that is what's missing. Like, you don't really get the guidance, I guess. I mean, you're younger, Justin, so you probably have more information on this, more recent information. But when I was growing up, when Nathan was growing up, we didn't really get guidance on how to study for the ACT and SAT.
I mean, I didn't get a ton of it either. I mean, there was one teacher that had an SAT prep course and basically covered the fee that he would usually charge in order for me to take it. But that was about it.
And so that's what people don't understand. Like, all this merit-based thing, there are a lot of people outside of Texas, and especially like in boarding schools or like super expensive schools in California, they're getting tons of prep.
No.
I don't know if it's all tutoring or if it's part of the curriculum.
But it's also generational knowledge. Like, if your parents didn't go to college, they haven't interacted with these systems before. They're not going to be able to tell you what to do. If you are from a family that has had generations of people go to university, go through this entire process, even if the SAT, ACT scores or whatever have changed over a number of years, they know that there are steps, and they can guide you on that way. Like, if your parents don't go to college, how are they supposed to know anything? Maybe a teacher is assuming that the parents are the ones who are guiding them down that path.
Well, I also think, though, that there are some people that are college educated who don't have enough time and energy to really guide the kids to get a great ACT or SAT score.
Yeah, but college is going to be a much harder proposition these days.
Yeah, well, that's what we've been talking about on the pod. We're trying to educate.
The student loans, I mean, there's rough options.
I do feel bad, though, because I know that my daughter is going to get a good score because I'm going to be able to guide her And I think that a lot of kids don't have that.
By guider, you mean that you're going to take the test for her, right?
No, I'm not. I'm literally going to prep her because I know what she needs to do.
I mean, the test also isn't everything. There's a lot of other ways that you can enrich the lives of your children through other extracurricular activities and set them up for a future by giving them tools instead of just kind of kicking them out of the nest and having them figure it out.
Well, the reason I care about the score is because I want my kid to have all the options possible. I don't want her to be shut off from something she wants to do because she couldn't get a score.
Yeah, she can be shut off for other reasons, like being Mexican American.
What the heck?
Yeah, for being accused of being a DEI selection.
Can't be accused if you got a 36 on the ACT, sir.
Hey, they still accuse regardless.
How would that be an argument?
I mean, that's what they do.
Perfect score.
There was that one person who did that, who had that lawsuit against UT years ago about affirmative action, but then when it came out like what their test scores were, like they weren't even good.
Yeah, so that is what happens a lot. I think there are a lot of assumptions, and we've talked about it before. Like people just assume that you got a low score and somehow got into Stanford just because you're Hispanic, and a lot of times it's wrong.
Yeah.
So tell the people what your score was.
He used to call himself Mr. 2340.
I do not recall this.
I think it was on MySpace.
What was the highest score at
that
time?
I did not call myself that on MySpace. I had like teachers in school that would call me that. They would say that when I walked into the fucking room when they knew, and then it just kind of got annoying.
Well, I had heard it somehow.
Well, maybe I told you that they were telling me that.
2400. So it's equivalent of a 1500 something SAT score.
So definitely DEI then.
Yeah.
No. I'm pretty sure that score at that time was higher than the average at Stanford.
I still got like a 750 on the writing part, even though partway through in my writing time I actually decided to restart my entire essay from scratch.
Why?
Because I didn't like how I was going. So I was like, I need to erase this.
So you think it was better than what you would have had?
Erase the entire thing. And that took time too. Pencil and paper. Yeah.
Oh, it's still pencil and paper back then?
Yeah, not like you took the LSAT all cheater on the computer.
How's that cheating? They proctor you. They're like literally watching you.
Didn't you also have to get to write the exam later?
What do you mean?
Like you didn't even have to write the day of, right?
Oh, like the essay portion?
Yeah, it's like a bullshit of all bullshits.
Nathan actually took the LSAT in person.
Yep, I had to do everything at the same time.
Hey, I am still going to have exams in person.
Yeah, but
the bar exam is going to be in person.
Bullshit. In person is just going to be that you're going to be on the computer and somebody's going to be watching you.
There's no cheating. Like, what the hell? They're proctoring you. They make you videotape that you don't have anything in your ears, and then they're watching you the whole time, and then you can't go to the bathroom at certain times.
It's still not the same. There's like zero pressure. You're just like there at home.
Yeah.
How is it zero pressure? You're still under a time
pressure.
You
can take your shoes off. You can just like be comfortable. You're in control of your own thermostat.
Correct.
All right. Sounds like you should take the LSAT just to enjoy this computerized LSAT.
You're not going to take it because you're going to lose a bet.
I can write 10 pages a day, so screw you.
You can't. You cannot.
I can't? Why not? Just because you said
it's
no?
already been like 10 years and you've written 0 pages.
I'm not in class anymore, other than I do have to finish this petition and some other paperwork and
you
some other
this all the
documentation.
time, and then at the end of the day, nothing happens. So
I'm going to write a novel of 50 pages.
Yeah, my audio company just redid our company reel that's on the front page of our website, And for the podcasting portion, there's a clip of this podcast talking about this exact topic. Where Ada's like, I need to start writing soon. And then Nathan says, we already knew nothing was going to happen.
Why did you select that specifically?
It was good. Did you notice that's what it was from?
Yeah, but there are so many other moments that could have been better. Like the monkey.
That's too long.
Yeah, she's never going to write anything. I'm surprised she's even made it through law school at this point. Because there's so much writing involved. What if your proven track record is you will write nothing?
I mean, obviously I have to write for my assignments or fail.
Yeah, but I guess the bet doesn't matter. The assignments
Clearly I have to be in a novel writing class. I'd have to be in a novel writing class to actually write something.
No, you drop out.
Has anyone heard of the new season of King of the Hill?
Yes, I've started watching it already.
How many episodes in are you?
I'm 1.5 episodes in.
Yeah, it's pretty good so far. So basically, what they're doing for all this time that the show has been off is, aside from doing the cartoon thing, where I mean, the King of the Hill did do this, like, but the Simpsons do it too, where the kids never age, nothing ever happens, everyone's like kind of frozen in time, but the show continues forever. They're actually making everyone older, all the characters older after all of this time, including Bobby, who's now a 21-year-old adult at this point. And basically, Hank and Peggy have been out of the country in Saudi Arabia.
Selling propane still.
Yeah, we're propane for like an oil company, and like once they decide that they're going to retire, they move back to the U.S. and they're kind of seeing the current U.S. through the lens of not having lived in the country for a number of years. But what I was like trying to figure out was, so Bobby's like 21, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they're out in Saudi Arabia for a while. Did they leave Bobby behind that entire time, or did he go with them and then decide to move back to Texas when he turned 18?
I'm assuming they took him because it doesn't seem like there's anybody that would have been able to take care of him.
Yeah, I mean, like his grandfather's dead.
And they also haven't said how long they were in Saudi Arabia, have they?
Not clear to me.
I don't know what's going on here. I know nothing
Have you
about
ever
this.
watched King of the Hill?
Yes, I have. Back in the day when I used to have time to watch TV.
Well,
yes.
by this point, like 3 of the original cast members have died.
Which is Luann, right?
Yeah, Brittany Murphy, she died a while back. There was Johnny Hardwick, who played Dale, who actually recorded some episodes this season, but I think like he gets replaced at some point later in the season. And I forgot his name. The guy who plays the voice of John Redcorn, who was actually like shot in San Antonio.
Oh man,
not that long ago.
Oh, that was the recent one where there was some controversy about what happened there.
But they're replacing actors as needed. Because they wanted to be more inclusive, they recast the voicing of Khan, their next door neighbor who's from Laos. But when Johnny Hardwick died, they got the actor who voiced Khan to actually voice Dale in the last few episodes, is what I've heard.
Someday I may watch TV.
Is that what you're going to tell all the potential constituents? I have time for nothing.
That's not true. I have time for the things that I am working on. And so what will happen is I'll have time for my constituents, but not TV. Especially if I'm super accessible. It's going to be hard for me to watch a lot of TV.
How else are you going to engage with the culture, man?
What do you mean?
Like, you were barely watching basketball this year, too.
Well, law school is about to be over. Maybe my life will improve after that.
Will law school be a waste?
It's possible.
If you get elected? Because you're not allowed to practice law.
It's not a waste. All the knowledge that I've gained, it's going to be huge. Helps in writing statutes. Helps in understanding the law. And it was fun.
Not even required.
I love it. It's not
To
required.
be a politician.
It's not required, but why not have the knowledge? More knowledge is always better,
Not in
isn't
these
it?
times.
No. Sometimes there are a lot of things I wish I didn't know.
I mean, what would that mean? Like, I don't even know. Something disgusting?
What? No. What? What's wrong with you? What the hell?
I don't know.
That's horrible. I feel like emergency end the pod right there. All right, thanks so much for listening. You can find us on all of the streaming platforms: Spotify, Amazon, iHeart, wherever you get your podcast. Casa de Cavazos at gmail.com. Sorry, Casa de Cavazos pod at gmail.com. Casa de Cavazos.com. And Ada will be launching her new campaign podcast, which will probably be out around a similar time as this episode, called Campaign de Cuellar. So check that out as well. And we'll see you later with the emergency exit of the podcast.
Why were you so vague about this information? Until next time.